Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless spoilers Friday, October 4. Adam derails Chelsea and Billy's meeting Sally's comforting encounter. The Young and the Restless, I&R, spoilers for Friday, October 4, reveal that Daniel Romalotti Jr., Michael Graziadei, will continue to face some difficult emotions in the aftermath of Heather Stevens' veil-bloomed demise. It's clear that Daniel is struggling with this loss on a personal level, but seeing how upset Lucy Romalotti, Lily Brooks O'Brien, is will really break him. Daniel just won't know how to live in a world without Heather in it, but he'll have to keep putting one foot in front of the other for Lucy's sake. Of course, Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, can't seem to keep her distance and will drop more hints about her guilt as this storyline moves along. Will Daniel eventually get suspicious of Sharon and all her cryptic comments? Other Y&R spoilers say Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, will derail Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, and Billy Abbott's Jason Thompson meeting at Crimson Lights. Chelsea will have another apologetic conversation with Billy and might even get a glimmer of hope about a reunion. However, Adam will come walking in and become a giant reminder of why Billy broke up with Chelsea. It won't be long until Billy takes off, which should give him a chance to encounter Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope. Sally and Billy will lean on each other for support, so their interaction will be a comforting one on both sides. Will this little heartbreak club they're forming eventually lead to Billy and Sally stepping out of the friend zone? Time will tell, but let's get back to Adam and Chelsea for a moment. Adam will keep up his efforts to convince Chelsea that maybe they're destined to get back together. Chelsea will insist it's not happening, so she'll take a harsh stance with Adam and push him to see that their reunions always end in disaster. Nevertheless, Adam will long for the good old days and may not be willing to give up on restoring his family with Chelsea, as well as Connor Newman, Judah Mackey. Our Y&R predictions hint that Adam could make some bold moves as he works to win Chelsea back, so stick with us for updates on how far he'll go. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Chelsea may have to take a closer look at what's inside her heart sooner or later, so stay tuned for more news on her potential future with Adam. On Friday, October 4, The Young and the Restless promises another episode filled with tangled emotions and brewing tensions with Adam, Chelsea, Billy, and Sally at the center of the storm. Adam derails Chelsea and Billy's meeting. Chelsea Lawson, seated in the Grand Phoenix lobby, glanced at her phone, anxiously checking the time. She was supposed to meet Billy Abbott to discuss something important, perhaps even a way forward after all the animosity. They were co-parents now after all, and there were discussions about Connor's schooling and other matters they had to work through. But she wasn't naive. Chelsea knew that these meetings were never just about logistics. With Billy, everything carried an emotional weight. After their tumultuous history, they both knew they were walking on a tightrope. As Chelsea nervously tapped her heel on the marble floor, she sensed someone approach. Turning her head, her heart dropped. It wasn't Billy. Chelsea. Adam Newman greeted, his voice smooth but with that undercurrent of mischief she knew all too well. Adam, she replied, her voice tinged with wariness. What do you want? He shrugged, sitting across from her uninvited. Can't a guy say hi to the mother of his child without causing a scene? Chelsea clenched her jaw. You're not here to say hi. You're here to disrupt my meeting with Billy. Adam's smirk widened, knowing he'd hit the nail on the head. Meeting with Billy? Why? You've got nothing in common with him anymore, Chelsea, except maybe a shared history of poor decisions. Chelsea folded her arms, trying to maintain her composure. We're co-parents, Adam. Not that I need to explain it to you. You're right, he admitted, though his tone was far from genuine. You don't. But I couldn't help but notice that every time you and Billy meet, disaster follows. Are you really willing to risk that? She gave him a pointed look. This isn't about us, Adam. This is about Connor and Johnny. We have responsibilities. Adam leaned back, crossing his legs casually. Responsibilities? Is that what you call it? Or is it an excuse to cling to your past with Billy? Before Chelsea could respond, the lobby doors swung open, and Billy walked in, his face darkening the moment he spotted Adam. Oh great, Billy muttered, storming over. What's this? You two reminiscing about all the bad choices you've made together. Adam shot up, his smirk deepening. Nice to see you too, Billy. You're looking tense. Billy ignored the comment and turned to Chelsea. Is this why you called me here? So we could have a group therapy session with Adam. Chelsea sighed, frustration bubbling to the surface. No, Billy. This was supposed to be a serious conversation about the kids. Adam just decided to crash. Billy narrowed his eyes at Adam, his tone growing more hostile. That's what he does best, isn't it? Derail everything. You know, you're like a black hole, Adam. Anything good that gets near you gets sucked into the void. Adam's expression shifted from amused to cold in an instant. Watch yourself, Billy, or you'll find out just how much damage a black hole can do. Chelsea, sensing the brewing storm, stepped between them. Enough. This is exactly why I didn't want this to happen. We're here to talk about our children, not to reignite old battles. But it was too late. Adam had already gotten what he wanted. The meeting with Billy was falling apart before it even began. You know what? Billy growled. I don't have time for this. Call me when Adam isn't lurking around, trying to manipulate the situation. With one last glare at Adam, Billy stormed out, leaving Chelsea fuming. Adam leaned in, his voice low and venomous. Told you, Chelsea, Billy's bad for you, always has been. Chelsea watched Billy leave, her heart sinking. Once again, Adam had managed to derail everything, but this time Chelsea wasn't sure if she had the strength to keep pushing back. Sally's comforting encounter. Meanwhile, across town, Sally Spectra was dealing with her own emotional roller coaster. After her last heated confrontation with Nick Newman, she'd been feeling emotionally drained. The intensity of their relationship, combined with the constant Newman family drama, was starting to take its toll. Deciding to take a break, Sally found herself at Crimson Lights, nursing a coffee and trying to clear her mind. She couldn't help but feel like she was trapped in a whirlwind of emotions, with Nick's family complications constantly pulling them apart. She sighed, staring out the window as the world moved on without her. Mind if I join you? Sally looked up to see Chloe Mitchell standing nearby, a sympathetic smile on her face. Sally hadn't realized how much she needed a friendly face until that moment. Sure, Sally replied, gesturing to the seat across from her. Chloe sat down, immediately sensing that something was wrong. Rough day. Sally nodded, running her fingers through her hair. Rough week, more like. Things with Nick, they're complicated. I don't know if I can keep doing this. Chloe leaned in, her expression softening. Hey, relationships are tough, especially when you're dealing with the Newman clan. But you're strong, Sally. Don't forget that. Sally gave a half smile, though the weight of her thoughts still bore down on her. I don't know if strength is enough this time. I feel like I'm always second place to this family, to all their drama. I'm not sure how much more I can take. Chloe reached out, placing a comforting hand on Sally's arm. Nick cares about you, I've seen it, but maybe it's time to put yourself first. Don't let his baggage drag you down. Sally nodded, her mind racing with thoughts of Nick, the endless Newman feuds, and her place in it all. Maybe you're right. I need to start thinking about what I want, not just what Nick wants. Chloe smiled. Exactly, you're a force, Sally. Don't let anyone, Newman or otherwise, dim your light. For the first time in days, Sally felt a flicker of hope. Maybe it was time to step out of Nick's shadow and reclaim her own strength. With Chloe's support, she knew she wasn't alone in this fight. As they sat together, sipping coffee, Sally realized that comfort didn't always come from the person you expected. Sometimes it came from unexpected friendships and the people who reminded you of your worth when you'd forgotten it yourself. Closing thoughts. Friday's episode of The Young and the Restless offers a glimpse into the tangled webs that Adam and Billy continue to weave, while Sally finds a comforting presence in Chloe. With old wounds reopened and new alliances forming, it's clear that Geno City's drama is far from over. Adam's manipulations, Billy's anger, and Sally's emotional turmoil all hint at even bigger storms on the horizon.